Welcome everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf, and welcome back to our Victoria 3 run here with Denmark, currently under the leadership of King Frederick von Oldenburg, here on my new Denmark Hygge Let's Play with lots of different mods, most famously the Morgenröte DLC mod. And thank you already for watching. I was really very much impressed and happy that somebody from the mod development team, I'm sorry I forgot your name right now, for a possible shout out, but I hope you feel it. Yeah, I'm really impressed that you guys here, and hope that it seems like people seem to enjoy also the degree of detail I put into this, and then therefore I'm going to keep on reading all the texts and so forth, what we're gonna do. Alright, before we get in, let's try to answer some questions that I arose myself. For example, here with the game rules about the assimilation of the, mainly Austro-Hungarian Empire. Yeah, let's go a little quickly over this one. I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't disable the monument effects, but it shouldn't be too big. I hate that, personally. Then fantastical content I would also normally disable, but I think it's not too much. Yeah, these are the other rules, and I really like it that also here other mods here, PBE and Morgenröte, declare themselves the rules with their... Oh, sorry guys, this came surprisingly with these kind of things, but I think some other mod had the rules. I think this is not vanilla here about assimilation in here, and not 100% sure. You guys can let me know what you think, because they have not a different heritage. Hungarian and Austrian, for example, is European heritage, should be the same. It might be this one. Being fully accepted and in one's homeland does not block a pop from being assimilated. I think they're not even accepted, but in their homelands. They're not a primary country of Austria. This is here the assimilation mechanics that seem to somehow not properly work or make weird things, but yeah, as in Denmark, I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem, so we're not gonna worry too much about this one. Apart from this, yeah, you mentioned that you want to see a bit for roleplay. We have here Frederick von Oldenburg, Danish traditionalist, imperious character, is known for their arrogant and domineering nature. Yeah, but this imperious, I don't interpret this as a very imperial approach in the foreign politics, because he's also not dumb or out of the world. So I think this is more about inner politics. So this doesn't, for me, give me the motivation to start like expanding massively. Not that we could, to be honest, with our small military and so forth. Yeah. His son, though, Christian, who's upcoming, is going to be more cautious and diplomatic. Let's see. Also traditionalist. I hope we can't get rid of that. But let's see where we're going with this one. So yeah, this is for me not a baseline, because a couple of you asked for colonization. Yeah, we still have here our little Togo, and we actually, yeah, got one Cameroon one out, right? I started this one up. Didn't I? Yeah, I think so. So, small trade posts. We're not gonna enforce this hard more and like just switch around, that we can start up colonies all over the place, go quickly for Zulu or other weak countries over here. I don't like this. This is not the style, and then put yourself into position. It's not like the world would be watching, just the AI has its certain rules. When you don't go over, I guess, the infamy level, then it's easier. So no, that's not our necessary game, especially since we do still have also peasants here in Iceland, in Jutland and in Zeeland, as well as over here in the colonies, I think, where we can use the workforce for some things. So yeah, not gonna fully push on colonization right now. There must be different background, so we would do that, but mainly I still want to focus on the trade and so forth. Therefore, all these, let's get a quick reminder. We have these, the Austrians, yeah. We have a deal with Hanover, with the Brits, and French. We definitely want to go do something with the Russians at some point, best case. Why can't we already have super good relations, I guess? Amicable, yeah. And we have to try getting some, in the best case, I would love to be like the arbitrator in between here, Russia and Great Britain. Alrighty, what else? We are still having these little financial problems. Hopefully we can fix them soon. Let's see. And we should get also some research out. Let's have, is Morgenröte by chance working again? No. Yeah, if you're watching, guys, I'm surprised that this one doesn't work for me, so I always have to go the way... This way? Okay. There was apparently this mountaineering thing going on. Update, so What is he doing right now? Is he doing something? Expeditions? I don't think so, right? So we could get equipment. Do we have heritage? We do. Alpine heritage of Denmark. Then let's do the mountaineering equipment. Come on, let's do it. If we can. New journal entry, okay. Who's gonna get that? We have this stuff, civil engineering. No, let's not. We don't have the money for digital. All good over here. I hope this doesn't cost us too much. Can we do something for us in terms of money? So we have an easier time. I really like this research tree that got a little bit expanded here in these mod versions. That's really good for me. Maybe the postal savings. Yeah. Let's do this. Contribution efficiency doesn't hurt us for sure. And then let's slowly get going. We're enacting the poor laws. Yep, that is happening right now, but very slowly. We're having an inner politics, kind of a good setup in my opinion. The biggest worries is for me right now is the deficit that we're having. But maybe how much are we wasting right now? 20% tax waste. Missed unrealized tax is 1.9. So with, let's see how much this is gonna cure. Yeah, we have our company here, Mola. What do we do? They just do docks, right? Docks and river docks. And trading. No, that's okay. And we just sold something again since the gold reserves went up. That's good. Investment pool is growing at 5 plus 5,000 while we make -4. I think that's okay. Anti-Ottoman society disbanded. Okay. And we could go for one more colony over here in Niger Delta, but since the Brits are doing here, I really don't want to do anything to, especially since we have here ready anyways in the Niger area. It's not about possession everything. At some point I hope we're gonna get investment rights anyways with certain countries that we might use. Can we improve relations with some people because we have so much of course with Prussia as well. Oh, that's costly. Yeah, let's improve relations with a couple of German miners. Doesn't hurt us either. I mean, excessive one helps us with quicker infamy decay, but we basically have no infamy, so that's okay. Happy to fire it out there, and now we're in the plus with... oh, nice. So no, we should have no tax waste, but still paying a lot. Other costs might have exploded in the meantime. Well, it is what it is. We still have expensive stuff here. Wood. Maybe we should also try to procure more, like make more. Now I've learned more, to be honest, because we also said we should maybe actively look for things that we can trade from markets where it's cheap and so forth. And because I never really used the transfer of goods too much, which I learned now in multiplayer that it's actually being paid. So I think it would be, for example, smart if they would be. Why can't we have good? How is it? I played it in German recently. I lost the good transfer. Money transferred? Isn't there a? Let's have a look in the meantime at this one. We're gonna have a closer look soon. The Anti-Prussian Association offers opportunity. Anti-Prussian Association has offered us an opportunity to establish a foreign investment rights agreement with Great Britain. Their proposal, if accepted, is intended to counter Prussian interests. Not in our interest, because I don't want the Brits to have investment rights right now. Copenhagen Citizen Convention. Minority Rights Movement has convened in Copenhagen to rally support and publicly discuss the specifics of cultural exclusion. The event has attracted much attention from locals. Do we have cultural exclusion? No. Okay, no. We can strengthen them basically. How strong are they? Quite agitating, but super small, okay. Or that is interdicted at once. Yeah, we don't basically have no minorities. We don't need to make any problems right now. And we have tuberculosis epidemic. An epidemic has broken out in one of our states, tuberculosis. This is ravaging in Danish Carnatic or in India. In the early Middle Ages, tuberculosis played a minor role in Europe due to the sparse population. It was only more strongly represented in the few metropolitan areas. After previous outbreak in Italy in the second half of the 15th century, the largest and longest wave of tuberculosis in history began in the 17th century. Tuberculosis gained widespread interest in the 19th and early 20th century as the endemic disease of the urban poor. In 1815, a quarter of deaths in England, and in 1918 in France, a sixth of deaths were caused by tuberculosis. Around 1880, every second death in Germany in the 15 to 40 age group was due to this disease. Tuberculosis was also the most common cause of death in rural areas. Wow. Is there at least time for a romantic death? Yes. I guess we can send our physician. What is he doing? Probably just medical research. It will boost Q9, but maybe I want to stop this rather for disease description, yeah. Sven Bondi here, our... right, he's been quite successful already, doing a lot of stuff. One of the leading minds of Medical Society of Denmark has agreed to travel to India, yeah. He's going to write this description, yeah. Well, it's okay not to. Progress over here, and Faith knows no borders, wow. Better correlations to the Swedes, that's nice, I mean... Where is the intellectuals? Let's have a quick look. Since they're not showing up, are they marginalized? And they would be quite happy if they show up. For 5 years, strengthening the church. Work ethic. Divine right. And overly... Oh, now they're royalized, and yeah, over time I definitely want to get rid of the church as a strong one in the society, but we do have also... We have... charity hospital, religious schools, oh yeah, they're already quite strong at the moment. Now let's switch Danish second, even if I would love to increase our relations with the Swedes. Money transfer? Why is there no... Why is there no goods transfer? I'm really surprised about this one. And the balloonist. Why, by the way, I was super surprised that here our king himself is a balloonist. How this happened, I have no idea, can't remember. Probably stepped with Wilhelm Lovenbach into his balloon once in a while. Okay, good luck for the next time. This is not so special. Whichever way forward. With the attitudes of the armed forces towards Prussia growing more apathetic, the leadership has begun to discuss reassessing the group's support for the Anti-Prussian Association. How big are they, by the way? It was more difficult to get appointments at the foreign ministry these days. The initial interest that they had inspired had long since waned, the lobby's activities falling into Copenhagen's background noise. The armed forces were the first to lose interest, their representatives initially disheartened by an absence of news and then no longer inclined to read the papers when they arrived. What reason do we have to care for happenings in Berlin? The younger members challenged. The elders did not know how to respond. Yeah, I mean... There's good reasons to look to Berlin in this case, but since they were gonna... That's perfect, actually, yeah. We lost it. Helpful. And we have the tuberculosis incubation. In his research on tuberculosis, Dr. Bondi noticed some oddities related to the disease. Apparently it can take weeks before a sick person actually shows typical symptoms. Whether miasma theory or germ theory, tuberculosis still poses a mystery. It is an infectious disease. It can apparently take weeks for the symptoms to break out. I'm gonna slow down too, but keep on going a bit. In addition, not everyone who lives with someone who is sick seems to become infected directly, as he found out in numerous surveys of patients and relatives. Either the academics are right with their theory that tuberculosis is not an infectious disease, or other factors are responsible, or the risk of infection is lower than the first thought. Well deserved. Oh, it's too fast. Well observed. Tuberculosis symptoms. After Dr. Bondi intensively studied the symptoms of tuberculosis, he came to a conclusion that surprised even some academic colleagues. Tuberculosis is a much more complicated disease with a wide variety of symptoms that go far beyond lung problems. Although the attack on the lungs and their painful, slow destruction is one of the best known features of tuberculosis, coughing is only one of many symptoms. Pulmonary tuberculosis is just one type of tuberculosis, which can also affect other organs. Fatigue, fever, loss of appetite, night sweat, or spitting blood were previously known symptoms. The fact that tuberculosis not only attacks the body outside the lungs, but that two different types of tuberculosis can occur at the same time has significantly changed the worldview of some members of the medical faculty. Well observed again. Tuberculosis and scrofula. Dr. Bondi dealt intensively with various forms of possible tuberculosis disease and despite numerous similarities with other disease symptoms, worked out the specific difference between tuberculosis and scrofula, but at the same time also emphasized the connections. Did we pass on? Okay. Description of tuberculosis have existed for centuries, but it did not have comparable devastating effect until the 19th century. The term consumption was still used in the English-speaking world until the 20th century. René Laennec is considered one of the pioneers of tuberculosis research who invented a stethoscope for lung examination. Johann Lucas Schönlein coined the term tuberculosis in 1832 and associated it with a specific clinical picture. Important finding of these years was that scrofula and tuberculosis were two different diseases, but they could hardly be differentiated due to the large number of tuberculosis symptoms. Whew. So much about tuberculosis over here. Really going wild. Let's focus back other things. It's over now, okay. Did eyewitness and patient reports on last tuberculosis outbreak. Presented as disease description of tuberculosis today, the medical faculty sees it as a classic. Wow. In his treatise, Eyewitness and Patient Reports on the Last Tuberculosis Outbreaks, Sven Bondi deals with the disease in more detail than any other physician in our country before. It educates the reader about symptoms, the incubation period and differentiation from other diseases, as well as a chronology of past epidemics and other traditional epidemiological descriptions. Really nice. Nice. There we go, now we can send him back to, hello? Thought he was just idle. What is here then here? Why are they having low organization? Okay, too many. 8? Like maybe we can reduce our cavalry actually. Let's do it later. Wonderful great comet has been filling the heavens for days. The great comet of 1843 was a long periodic comet which became very bright in March 43. A member of the Kreuz-Sundgrazers, a family of comets resulting from breakout of parent comet into multiple fragments in about 1106, okay. Okay, it was a very important comet apparently. Keep looking in the sky. Yeah, this one is not too major one for us, I think. I would like to hit that. Yo, Morgenröte, guys, this is something I have to report also in the forums maybe or somewhere. That's so slow. I need more construction. White plagues takes its toll, yeah. Tuberculosis outbreak in Dutch Connecticut has worsened. 0.2 pops lose their lives. Quite a lot, but it's also okay. I can survive this. Did they, by the way... Now I'm a little bit confused. Doesn't Mecklenburg exist in the beginning? Did Prussia eat that up already? Military, isn't there something? Pomerania they have, but here Mecklenburg, I'm not sure if they have it at the start of the game. Oh. I feel like I should know because I feel like staring on German maps of 19th century might be something I've been doing in the past, but okay. In the meantime, let's try to have a look once again. Here's good transfers available. Wait a second. Why not with the Swedes? It's not even here. Huh? Maybe do we have already a... No? Convention. Let's have another convention with the Russians. If there's something we could... Do they like to send us more wood, for example? Actually, this is a really good screen in my opinion. Yeah, I think you want to send us wood. Definitely, yes. How much? Minus 4060, can you send us 100? It's gonna be expensive, but... Diplomatic embassy. No, this one ain't happening. I want also trade privileges. Why do you hate this so much? What else are we missing? We have iron, sulfur, and coal. Iron we could also get a bit from them directly, yeah. And coal probably too. They don't want to send us those, nope. Just some grain where we already like nicely set up. Meat also, they don't want to have these goods necessary from there. Fabric. They're talking completely different dimensions, that's the thing. It's something we can try, it just costs. There's nothing else they want, right, apart from investment. But let's try 35%, it's worth trying, definitely. Declined, unfortunately, didn't want it. Yeah, here, I would love to take Swedish wood. Maybe, let's see if we have other use that can be spiced up with some stuff. Actually, they can maybe send us also some money. It's got more unlikely, right, with these things than whatever. And do they have some stuff they want to send us or sell us directly? No, just tools maybe, but actually some tools don't hurt us, right? We don't have too much of a... That's nothing they really enjoy, right? That's a weird thing. It's like so now they really love it. But if you do money transfer, let's let them pay a bit for the situation and support us. Like let's call it a nice investment, friendly investment. I mean the tools were also quite interesting. I mean it's so little what we're talking about here. No, they don't want to pay us at all. Oh no! Oh, I didn't want to hit this. Didn't want this to change anything. No longer biting. Can we still do it? And now since they just declined something, there won't be so high chances. With the... damn it. Here we have actually investment rights, that's kind of nice. Why can't we do good transfer from the Swedes? Boys, that's really sad. Let's milk them a bit. Yeah, sorry for like fiddling around now, but I think this is something we can achieve. Let's have them pay for our problems over here. Convention of Linz, they already pay us, right? That's good. And they have maybe some interest in also sending them some goods. Maybe we can also, of course, check out if there's some stuff that makes sense for us to send. Yeah, they want to send us wood. Let's do the +1. We have to pay for it, of course, the difference between... maybe we can also sell something. It's gonna be expensive over... Ooh. Artillery they would like. Nah. They're definitely lacking paper. And we also don't have too much paper. Anything else they would like? Paper, tools, nah. Tea. Let's see if this works out. Ah, declined. Ah, sad. It is what it is, guys. So we can't always force them to... However, I still like here, Russia is still our prime. Why don't they like us? Why don't they like us? Junicol, very nice. And still improved, rejected treaty from before. Yeah. First step. Wait. It's the first journey call. I think it should be good for our fleet. I hope it saves up some money. Tage Mikkelsen equips the team with a basic climbing gear. Okay, that's good. The age of improvised ascent is over. Under the guidance of Tage Mikkelsen, the team receives its first standardized equipment: ropes, ice axe, pittance, sturdy packs. These tools are just life-saving. They reshape the very perception of the mountain. The ascent becomes more methodical, calculated. Where once courage and brute strength were all that mattered, now technique and preparation takes center stage. It's a modest yet epoch-defining step for everyone daring to enter the merciless world of ice and rock. Cool. I'm a hiker myself, or alpinist to some extent, or I was, so I really like this. This is included into the game. Geology presents new calculation. Quinette has proposed a calculation of the real age of the Earth. Scientists... she's not ours, a French one. Scientists consider previous measurements to be incorrect and estimates the age of the Earth to be significantly higher. Since our geologist is one of the esteemed representatives of this subject, we were also sent a copy of the thesis. I think we read this before, right? I read it here to you if you want to make this too long. Yeah, we are going with the French, it's convincing. And Hans Christian Andersen again has contracted tuberculosis. Oh no! Surprisingly, he doesn't see it as the worst stroke of fate. Oh, this is a defined event, okay. At the beginning of the 19th century, but also well beyond, tuberculosis was considered a romantic disease. It gave the victim enough time to prepare for death, and many saw the associated pallor as nothing short of noble. Writers created monumentum to her with several works such as Dumas the Younger with The Lady of the Camellias. She finds similar transfiguration in the operas of Verdi, Puccini, George Sand, Chopin's partner, etc. have noted Chopin coughs with infinite grace. Okay. To the best possible treatment. I think so, right? Hasn't tuberculosis always been subject of writers? We're gonna have to go this way, and then what? No, we don't have the money for mountaineering right now. I don't want to pay for that. I would like to get to my doctor, and that was the idea, to make him treat Hans Christian Andersen, but the problem, as always, is we can't get there. Ah. Okay. Big complaint here. Decline said. Big complaint to the Morgenröte squad. If you see that, I would like to access it more constantly. Yeah. God damn it, Russia. A new natural. Oh, what is happening? New naturalist. Dr. Güldenfeld is a promising talent for the scientific community. He qualified as a naturalist. We don't have one yet, then most certainly we get him. Yeah, balloon stuff going on. Can we naturalist? Yeah. Damn it. First off, we're gonna invest again. 66, I think we can afford. Then he's doing that stuff. The chemist is doing. Dr. Klaumann. Let's go for. Going for element number 60. Yes. Find it. Astronomer is doing his stuff, I guess. The naturalist can. Improve forestry. Our ridiculous forestry here. But do that, please. Actually, we also, since we can't get wood so quickly from Russia, I think we also should be doing this. And maybe actually prioritize one of those, because it's expensive and we need it all the time. But I think the trade center here is gonna come in handy already. Let's have a look at our little building list over here. The waiting stations will be not that important, I think. Do we need the port so badly? Also, that I don't think. I rather get another trade center immediately than in, because that's what we want to do, right? Trade, and like use that a bit. I'll do some other things first. How's our sulfur mine doing, by the way, that we built already? Do we have excessive sulfur now? In Iceland, right? Yeah. Looks like it not really stacked up yet, then it's definitely... Yeah, they can trade. Egalitarianism unlocked is the doctrine of the equality of mankind and its desirability of political, economic, and social equality. So it's fine. Rise of radicalism for radical movement. Yeah, kind of we want them, right? Because actually this is liberalization in the end. This is good for us. It helps us modernize the country, and even if it might cause some struggles now. Yeah. Let's do it. It's not a conservative establishment. I mean, in the end, yeah, this is always hard to argument and talk about, since, yeah, we could... Who's in charge right now? We are the ghost of the country, right? We have a conservative establishment, but we want to get rid of it, so support the radical movement. Foreign nation discovers new elements. Oh. They were faster, just started. Okay, that's fine. And here, Christopher Eckbeck also got... What was he? Our painter. Yeah, you can also have it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have them all get tuberculosis. It's the fate of the people right now. It'll be interesting to see where we go of this. End of spring. International trend of radical... What? Didn't it just start? This springtime people of journal entry. Let's have a quick wait. Did it even show up? I don't. Springtime of. Okay, there might be a little bit buggy over here. The world is changing. Okay, have it changed. Do we still have the modifier? Nope, doesn't look like it. Only these little things down here. Yeah, guys, I think since we're already over the half an hour, I really enjoyed this one again, but we're gonna end the episode by the end of the year, so this is just always a very good point. You can already get ready to it. Yeah, finances. Now we have to build up. Now we have an experienced physician, very nice. Yeah, he helped us. Oh no, I could have used this maybe to get on this page. And we have a defamatory article by the Ashkenazi. How many Ashkenazi do we have? 5k, whatever, ignore it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna give away some authority for these 3,500 people of our at least 2 million population. I mean, that's... Where's this jump, by the way, coming from? I mean, it might be when we established here the Cameroon colony, right? 200k, yeah, that's quickly done. And there we go. We're already in the new year. We're gonna also read the events next time when we get started, I think. Yeah, as always, I really hope you like this one. I hope you like the way I tried to answer couple of your questions in the comments. But of course, let me know what you think. Always reach out. You can always let me know what you want to see and so forth, and I try to address it. Yeah, we shall see where this is going, and of course, let me know down in the comment what you think. If you haven't yet, it would be simply fantastic if you leave me a like and subscription to help my channel out a bit, support my work, and yeah, make me happy. Thank you so much for your support, and then most importantly, see you next time in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye, your Strategy Wolf.